Welcome back, Equity Podcast guys. Berek here. We're talking about why I started logging my food and what have the results been. So, first of all, why? Why did I start logging my stuff? I started logging it because I wasn't seeing the results I wanted. When you're not seeing results, when you're not seeing the change you want to see, you need to make a change. When you have to do something in order for something to happen. If you're doing the same thing, you're going to be getting the same results. So I was finally honest with myself and realized I needed to change. Trying harder was not working. Trying harder was not working. It doesn't work. You can't just try harder. You need something else. You need a plan. So I made a plan. I started doing something different. I was in the middle of listening to James Clear's Atomic Habits, and he talks about nutrition, like in his book. He talks about exercising all the time, and it was just hitting me at the right time. So a lot of some of the stuff that I'm going to mention, I've heard multiple times. I've heard it dozens of times, but I just heard it at the right time. So the first one is make good habits easy and make bad habits hard. So logging for me was always a pain in the butt. I never liked doing it. I didn't like doing it in MyFitnessPal. I didn't like logging it on paper. It was just a pain. But it's a good habit, so I had to make it easy. Came up to my bookshelf. I have a bunch of notebooks down there, and I grabbed an empty notebook that I wasn't using and put it on the dinner table, on our table where we eat. And I didn't do anything with it right after that. Like immediately, I put it down there, and then I came back upstairs and started doing something else or whatever. Or I was playing with Elle. I don't remember. But all I did was put it on the table, and I put a pen on the table as well. That's all I did. I made the habit easier by just setting it up. The second thing from that book, and again, I've known this. I've coached it. I've told people it. But again, sometimes you just need to hear it again. And that is, people that log what they eat lose more weight or gain weight, whatever they're trying to do, and they keep it on and off longer. They don't change anything else. I told myself I wasn't going to do it. All I'm going to do is log. I don't have to do anything else. I'm not doing anything else. All I'm doing is logging. Guess what? Shit happened. We'll get there. So those are two things that are his book is just full of amazing stuff, but those two really hit home for me at the right time. And then the third thing of why was, honestly, I was inspired by you guys. We just finished a nutrition ramp up, and we just had some awesome results. And I've been there before. I've been where I've wanted to be where I want to be, and I was like, man, I can do that. I've done it before. I know I can do it, and I was inspired. I was like, hey, they can be better. I can be better. And you guys inspired me to get my shit together, and I appreciate it. That's why we opened Equity. That's why we're such a proponent of group. Others make you better, and you guys have made me better. So what am I doing? I'm logging my food in a paper notebook with a pen. That's all I'm doing. When I eat something, I put it in the book. Here's my book. I have the date, breakfast, lunch, dinner. If I have a snack sometimes, here's a snack here. I put it in there. If you can't see those on the listening, I'm showing you my paper notebook. You can kind of hear it right now. So every day, I write down what I eat. That's it. What I'm not doing, I'm not counting macros. I'm not putting it in MyFitnessPal. I'm not tracking calories. All I'm doing is logging. There are a few things that I weigh and measure, and that's just because I have the habit of doing them, and I have a tendency to overdo it on those things, so I weigh and measure them. I also have a foundation. Like, I've done macros before. I've done that for months. I've done a lot of that. So I have a foundation. I kind of know what I'm doing. Am I never going to do macros again? No, I'm definitely going to count them again. But right now, I'm seeing results with logging, so I'm going to stick with that for now. All right. We talked about the why. We talked about the what. Now, what have I seen from this? First one is, one of my biggest issues was snacking. Like, I would get bored, or I'd be between, like, I wouldn't be working, I'd be getting ready to go to the gym, I'd be playing with Elle, or maybe she was doing something and whatever, and I'd just go down to the pantry or in the fridge and just start looking around and grab something. And that's not ideal for trying to be where I want to be. So it's definitely helped reduce my snacking, because I've literally went into the pantry, got something out, took it out of the bag, and was like, I don't feel like logging this. And I just put it back, and, I just drank a seltzer instead or something. Or drank some water, or just went back upstairs, or, just started doing something else, right? I've also reduced my alcohol consumption a bit as well, so that's been good. I've been drinking less. Not like I was drinking a lot, but, drinking less is good. Again, I don't want to log it. I don't want to write it down. The next one is, I talked about last week about rolling hills versus peaks and valleys. And it's definitely lowered the peaks and reduced the valleys, especially on weekends. I have to log it, so I'm logging it, and I'm not having those ups and downs. So I'm evening things out. My Mondays aren't as drastic anymore. And part of all of that, kind of wrapping that all up, is the accountability. Instead of, like, you can talk yourself out of anything in your head, but once you have to write it down, now you're accountable to yourself. So I'm making myself accountable to myself and to my goals and to where I want to be, to the person that I want to be in the future. I need to do certain things to get there, and I'm now doing that. I've also seen, there's unattended consequences as well. Like, I'm looking at less screens, right? Because my book is at the table, so I'm not bringing my lunch to the computer as much, right? So I'm not eating in front of a computer as much. I'm being mindful of when I'm eating. I'm drinking more water as well. I'm making sure that every meal I write down water. Like, I always told myself, hey, water with every meal, and then I always forget. And then if I don't write it down, like, I'll see, like, oh, hey, look, I had water for breakfast. Oh, I need to have a glass of water. So it reminds me to drink water as well. So less screens and drinking more water has been a side thing. And then all those other benefits, that's really good. And I didn't tell myself I was doing any of that stuff. All I said was log. That's the only thing I did. That's it. And all the other changes started happening. Results, I feel better. I look better. And that's mainly what I mean by feel. Like, when I feel like I look better, I just have more confidence. I take my shirt off more at the gym. I hadn't done that in a long time, and I've been doing that more frequently. And I don't think it's necessarily that I probably look any different, but I know I'm trying. I know I'm putting the effort in. So I feel better about doing it. That just might be a limiting belief that I have, but I feel like I look better and I feel better. And yeah, my performances are doing better. My breathing, that's something else I've been working on, but that's another podcast. My performances feel good. I'm still feeling strong. I'm still, able to hit the heavy breathing stuff as well. So it's been great so far. I've been doing it since January 2nd was when I started, and it's been great. And this all comes from the takeaway here is, if you're not seeing the results you want, if you're not getting where you want to be, if you're not becoming the person you want to be by doing the things that you're doing now, you need to change. You need to make a change. Doing the same stuff isn't going to get you where you want to be. Sometimes it's something small like this that you can do on your own, but sometimes you need some help there too. And if you need some help, let us know. We can help with that. Or talk to somebody who may know, right? Talk to somebody who might be able to help you. Find out what's that small change that can help you get where you want to get. You might not know how to get there, but there's ways to at least start the process. You don't need to know exactly how to get there, but just start working towards it. Yeah. So, make a change to get where you want to be the person you want to be. If you have any questions for me, let me know. If you have any videos you want me to react to, if you just want to chat, let me know. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I appreciate you. Be great. Cheers.